Hello and welcome to Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. On today's show, we meet Sheila Hairston, a union resident and brand new author. We also have an exciting announcement about Your New Jersey. But first, Tiffany Piñero's Style Co. shop is now opened in Cranford. Tiffany, the owner and designer, joins us to tell us all things fashionable in the Garden State. Tiffany, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so happy to have you on here today. I've known you for many years, and you are by far one of the most stylish girls in the Garden State. So I can't think of anyone better equipped to have this store in Cranford. Before we get into that, though, I want to learn all about your journey with fashion and home design.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Lisa Marie. It is so great to connect like this. And yeah, it has been a journey. And I just always love to say this to people, especially like in their 20s. If you saw me in my 20s and I'm approaching 40 now, it's just such a different view. So never give up. But yeah, I started at the Fashion Institute of Technology in fashion design. And I followed that path for a while. I got very acquainted in fashion styling, developing my own private client list, all the while balancing retail jobs to pay the bills and learning many, many different parts of the retail process. And it really is like a path that you take. I loved fashion so much. But then in 2016, some of my wardrobe clients were like, hey, I see you doing some cute things with your home. Can you come over here and help me? So from 2016 to 2017, I actually lapped my wardrobe styling business by taking on interior styling clients at the time. So styling was really more just like bringing some pieces into the space, fun stuff like what you see behind me, and elevating it. And then I took a certificate course to get more versed in interior design. And from 2018 on, our main business has been doing homes. So it's just been really incredible because obviously I left a ton out there, but it's if you stay in one lane and let people kind of like see the best that you have to offer, it'll bring something completely unexpected. I never saw myself in interiors, but the world of fashion and interiors they're sisters. They're so closely related. So much of the process mimics each other. I love it because I love being creative. I love, just combining unexpected things to make a new view. So it's just been incredible. And from design, I realized we need all these things. We need like really cool items to stack bookshelves with. And I don't want to keep buying the same things or, being limited. I really want to like go out there and find unique items, but maybe I don't need them right now. So the idea of a shop was a little bit in the back of my mind. And then I got pushed into it by a real estate agent who was like, hey, I don't know if you're looking to move, but there's this space available. And I just think it would be perfect for you. And when I came to the space, I was like, this is huge. I don't need all this space for a design studio. Maybe one day. I was like, but I think it's time for us to dip our toe into some retail.
Which is so interesting because more and more brick and mortar stores are shutting down. I mean, you go to some of these malls, they're ghost towns. It's so sad because we grew up in such a mall era. But you are kind of bucking that trend and opening a storefront in a very prominent downtown sector, which is Cranford. Was that a little scary for you?
I mean, what's old is new. I really feel like I know a lot of people were worried about me taking on something that was brick and mortar. Like you said, it's a hard time out there, but I've also been a huge champion of shopping small my entire life. But mainly I came from Hoboken, Hudson County. We've always shopped small when we were up there, promoted events with stores and things there. And then as I've come out to Union County, I again just became friends with the shopkeepers and the owners of stores that I really liked what they were caring for my clients. I still shop them even while having this space because what I'm offering is completely, I feel like, different than where I've been sourcing from. So there's always room for my faves that I've shopped with for years and for my store. And then the other thing is, I, as young as I look, I've been doing this for a really long time. So I have a big client list, and it's been wonderful to reconnect with people who I've done work for a long time ago and people who I'm currently working for. So we also have this way of bringing the store to our clients that aren't necessarily in this area. I'm really excited to have a place for people to come and see the things, touch them. There is something to be said for still shopping in person. A lot of people crave it, but you do need to have the support around you. It is hard to exist as brick and mortar, but I believe in this for many reasons, mainly because I've been shopping brick and mortar all these years. So interior design in interior styling, they're an artistic process. Being able to do this in person, I don't ever think that's going to go out of style.
Tiffany, take us through your process. When you go into a space with your clients, are you considering the trends or are you just following your gut?
I've been pushed into this arena a lot by just what's inside of me. Like I feel like I've tapped into knowing, like, I really do understand what colors work for a space and what things, as a client is telling me what inspires them or showing me photos. I'm like, okay, it is kind of like a God-given gift. I'm like, I know how to connect all these dots like very quickly and make this happen for you. But really, it's a huge conversation with your client, understanding where they want their space to go. How do you want to elevate it from where it is right now to what the Pinterest dreams they're showing me, those kind of things. So it's a ton of communication. There's chats from everything about aesthetic to budget to timeline. All of those things are taken into consideration. And then, yeah, we start working on it. So when it's design, it's a lot of going back and forth. And then when you get to the styling part, that's usually the cherry on top. It's the end, right? Like the whole room has been done and now we're adding in these pieces, but the pieces hold so much importance because that's really what you see and what your guests see when they come to visit. So we try to pick things that have a special meaning to the clients, or maybe it was just a little tidbit they mentioned to me, like just little mementos that let them know I'm listening and that I want their space to stand out against, everybody else kind of buying the same things. So a big thing that I think deters people from even inquiring about interior design or shopping in a store like mine where everything is interiors focused is worried about the price tag. So I did really put a lot of thought into making sure the price points, if they are higher, there's a reason behind it. Like this is hand molded marble or handmade terracotta, those kind of things.
One of the things I love about you, besides your amazing artistic ability, is how open you are on your platform to different initiatives that you're passionate about, community causes, and most of all, your journey to motherhood and how you got your daughter Lumi.
Oh my gosh, I love including this. So yes, I've shared my journey. It's been tough, and I think a lot of women are going through this right now. My husband and I we did not do well with pregnancies. Unfortunately, we had some miscarriages along the way, and medically, I wasn't a good candidate. And I think that's a really hard thing to go through and to understand, why is this happening to me? And I really just started to explore adoption, and that was what was right for us. And as most people know, anything in going down the road of parenthood is not easy, but I am spiritual and I just journaled a lot and prayed a lot, and we have this amazing child now. We connected through an agency and we were there at her birth, and they say nature versus nurture. I couldn't have gotten a child that acts more exactly like me, and she's just our shining star. Her name means light of life in Latin, and it literally fits her perfectly. She is our Lumi girl.
She is your mini me in personality, vibe, and style. She is by far the most stylish little girl I've ever seen.
Oh, she scares me. She surpasses me already.
Well, Tiffany, this was so much fun. Thank you for coming on here and sharing your story. Where can people follow along your journey and visit your shop?
Oh, thank you, Lisa Marie. So you can find us at We're Centennial Ave in Cranford. Our company Instagram is at Tiffany, Tiffany, Piñero, Pinero, Style Co. And then my personal is Tiffany Piñero Style on Instagram if you want to get like all that motherhood, behind the scenes, party planning, all the fun things we do in between designing houses and styling clients.
Tiffany, you are just a ray of sunshine. Thank you so much for coming on here today.
Oh my goodness, I can't thank you enough for having me.
Sheila Hairston is a union resident and author of E-Cab Hollow, and she joins us now to tell us more about her book and its inspiration. Sheila, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lisa Marie.
Well, before we start the interview, I just want to shout out who brought us together here today. Falbo Wealth Management. Obviously, I am not the wealth manager in the family. My husband, Joe, is. So thank you, Joe.
Yeah, and he's been a great agent.
Yes, he is. So Sheila, I am so excited to meet new authors, and I want to know everything about your debut novel.
So I tell them it's about an African-American family who lived during the 30s, such as my family did, and how they faced obstacles with their pride and just how they overcame certain things that they went through. And, the more I talk about it, the more questions I get, and I answer them to the best of my ability. So I was listening to my mom and my aunt talk about their family life back in the 30s, and their stories became so interesting that I decided to take notes to pass along to the next generation. But the more they talked, the more interesting their stories became. And so the more notes I took. And then I realized that I had enough information to start a book. And that's when E-Cab Hollow came into existence.
The name of the book is called E-Cab Hollow. What is that?
So E-Cab spelled backwards is Blake. And Blake is my mom's true last name in real life. So I spun that name around and pronounced it E-Cab. There was, and this is true life also, there was a section in their town that they named Blake Hollow because so many Blakes lived in that section. And being that I used all fictitious names in the book. I didn't want to use the name Blake. So that's why I turned it around, spelled it backwards, and pronounced it E-Cab, and named the book E-Cab Hollow rather than Blake Hollow.
Sheila, what are the running themes throughout the novel, and how did those themes resonate with readers today?
It's how the people back in that day tolerated the injustices and how they overcame and how they remained to keep their dignity and their pride, but to do it in a way that was not offensive to other people. They were just trying to survive and to be fair to their families and their children. There were times when they just had to swallow their pride. And there were times when they actually did not win, but they kept fighting. They didn't stop. They didn't let any of the challenges prevent them from moving on.
What were some of the hardships that your family faced?
Some of the challenges were sometimes they would go to the stores and they were pushed to the back because of their race. The same thing they would go to movies and would have to sit far, far from the screen where they could barely see the picture. They weren't allowed in certain parks. Just certain places they couldn't go because of their race and because of the color of their skin. So it's things like that they just had to tolerate.
Sheila, unfortunately, race relations and issues are still a problem in society. Did recent events inspire you even more so to put this story out there?
Yes, especially when it came time to like Black History Month. I think it was a good time for me to get my book out there and to get the story out there. And I think it worked. I was a vendor at a Black History Expo a couple of months ago, and I was able to sell the book. It's times like that when I think I can really draw the attention of people to get them to buy the book, to know what did happen back in that day and what is still happening to a degree in this day and time.
When you go to events like that are geared towards African American authors, what's the vibe of the room like, and what other publications are you encountering?
I think that people are excited because I'm sure I'm not the only one, but other people are telling their stories. There's not that much difference between my family and other families who lived during that era. I just think some people don't have the opportunity to tell it, or they prefer not to even talk about it, because I'm sure some people went through things worse than my family did. Maybe it's something that they push to the back of their minds. Or there are some people who, like me, want to get it out in a book.
What was the reaction of your family when they read the book?
Oh, they're still on cloud nine. They love it, and you know they want me to do a sequel, which I am working on. But they are absolutely in love with the book.
You mentioned the book fairs and events that you've gone to in promoting the book. What about the local bookstore community? How have they helped you?
It's great. There's this one bookstore that I'm having my third book signing there. They actually chose my book as one of the number one sellers for the month of August. They put it on display, and they're allowing me to come back as many times as I like to.
Sheila, thank you so much for coming on here today. Where can people find out more about you and the book?
So my main source is Amazon. If people would go into Amazon and order the book, that's my main source. Or they could go online with Barnes and Noble and Walmart and various other retail stores and bookstores. But the main source is Amazon. My website is storiesbysheila.com. My business email address is sheiladhairston@gmail.com. And you can find me on Facebook at Sheila Hairston. Thank you so much, Lisa Marie, for having me on your show.
Thank you. Before we go, Your New Jersey has a special announcement. We've been awarded the Silver Telly in the Not-for-Profit Television category for our segment highlighting Halos for Angels' annual Love is in the Air Gala. Let's take a look back. We're here with Karen Castellaro, the founder of Halos for Angel and a saint here on earth. What a wonderful night.
Oh, thank you. This is a wonderful night. Having all angels in one room under one halo, it's just amazing.
And you really know how to pick the stories of people helping each other out in the community. And you really brought that element of surprise, especially for me. I was so humbled. How did you come to start this?
We started this after I went through my own tragedy with my family. I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I had to get a double mastectomy. And during that recovery journey, I had such overwhelming support from our community. People I didn't even know would show up to my doorstep with meals. And what really got my heart was to watch my 5 children look out the window and say, oh my gosh, who's coming? You know, what are we gonna eat? So their enjoyment and their wonderful faces of love inspired me and gave me hope.
Halos for Angels came to your side in your time of need. How did that relationship come to be?
So I lost my mother when I was 16 on September of 2019. For a few years, it was my father, brother, and I. My brother is on the spectrum for autism, so explaining to him what happened with her mother was very hard for him to understand and grasp. fast forward to this past September, our father recently passed away unexpectedly. So things have been very hard and grieving, and now helping my brother transition from having our father to not having our parents anymore and keeping up with school.
So how did Halos for Angels help you?
They have helped us with helping bury our father. They've set up fundraisers for us. They have asked us how they could help us. They have set things up within the schools and around town.
For people watching, why is it important to support Halos for Angels?
I feel like we all are going to come across hard times, and even if we expect it or don't, just the thought of giving back, I think is very important. And you never know when you can be in those shoes and in that hard time. So I think giving back is really important.
What Karen Castellaro has done for me and friends of mine that have come down with cancer recently is just unbelievable. People can come together and take care of the people that are sick. Karen is always there for someone, and she just makes sure that the family is taken care of, and that's what makes her so special to everything.
Tonight I'm up here because I came very close with the Kenny family over here. Johnny was one of the sweetest boys I was blessed to meet. And tonight I'm very proud to say I also know a sibling who's going to be the next presenter. And I want to thank Madeline for our friendship.
Halos for Angels was there for us, and they still are today, even after his passing in January of this year. Johnny and our family had the pleasure of meeting honoree Lisa Marie. Johnny enjoyed speaking with Lisa Marie so much. Their connection was instant and easy.
Hi, Johnny. It's Jen. I just want to say a little bird told me that you are a huge, huge Friends fan. And that makes me so, so happy. I'm currently on the set of my new show, which I don't know if you've seen that one. But I just want to tell you, I so love you and I appreciate your admiration. And I want you to have a beautiful Christmas with your family and a gorgeous New Year. And know that I'm with you. And I'm wrapping you in my arms in a big squeeze.
How did you and Halos for Angels come together?
I worked in a salon and Karen came in and I said, what exactly is Halos? And she told me that they help people in need in hard times. And I thought, what a great idea. I want to start helping people. So I started advocating with clients and everything and getting a lot of donations and just making it work.
She mentioned in introducing you, you were once working on somebody's hair while having a heart attack?
I didn't feel right. And I did the kid's hair. Pre that, I did a trial run. That day, I couldn't even get a curl right. I kept on getting dizzy. I did their hair. After I was done, I went to Mars down. They said, you're having a heart attack.
Wow.
And I was actually like, well, I finished work, I told them. They go, you what? I said, I finished work. It's prom weekend.
Why should people watching support Halos for Angels?
Because we put a little light in those that can't see any at the end of the tunnel. We really do.
How proud are you of your sister tonight?
I can't even put it into words. I am so inspired by her unending ability to give.
You and I were honored tonight here at Halos for Angels. Talk about your Halos for Angels story and how you got here.
Yeah, so I originally was looking to do a community fundraiser. I originally did it, or tried to do it rather, with the school I go to, Hanover Park. That didn't really work out, so I found Halos for Angels, and it really struck me as a very great cause, a very great organization. So since then, I made the junior board with a couple of my friends. I knew that pickleball was becoming very popular, and I was thinking of just ways to get involved with the community. So I thought it would be a good twist on a fundraiser, something fun to do, something new and interesting than just your basic, fun run or something else like that.
Why is Halos for Angels so important to those in need in the community?
It brings a very positive opportunity to a lot of people. I think that what they represent, what Karen and Halos for Angels stands for, is very important. There's not a lot of that nowadays, and I think that's very important to have that sense of community everywhere, not just in Florham Park.
Since we all need support from time to time, for people who are fortunate to dodge sudden tragedy, we all need our souls nourished, and personal connection will always be a need for you, for me, and for all of us.
Special thank you to all of my angels at Media First Group for making this show such a success week in and week out. Thank you, our viewers, for watching. We'll see you back here next week.